So, next instalment, we're going to be doing some roof vents. Gone for MaxxFan, big 400 at the front, and a smaller MaxxFan Dome for the bathroom. So, I'm just going to show you where we're going to put these, or at least put the dome first. I'm going to start with the easy one, and let me just turn around the other way. Hold on a second. So, can't quite see, can't get the camera far enough back, but we'll give it a go. This is rough layout. This line here represents probably where the bed's going to come to. This little square here is where the bathroom is going to go. So we need to put a vent up in that roof space there. So let me get you on the tripod and I'll point it out. So, don't know whether you can see me or not. The shower is it kind of spans this central rib, so we have to go one side or the other. The way I think the bathroom's going to lay out is going to be toilet this side, shower head this side. I don't want to put the dome up right where the shower is, so I'm going to stick it this side above the toilet. What that does mean though is it has to go tight up against here. So let's get a quick look at all the components. Okay, so we're going to install two MaxxFans, the bigger 400 one and this one, which is the MaxxFan Dome Plus, which is going in the bathroom. So we're going to do the bathroom one first. I'm hoping it's going to be easier. And I'm hoping it will help when we come to the bigger one, just doing some of those pieces. So let's have a quick look in this box, just to see what you get with the MaxxFan Dome Plus, and we'll talk about it. Straight off the bat, instructions. So you get this thing, which I don't know if you can see it's got slats in it, and a solid side. This is a wind cowl. So if you wanted to use this sideways on your van, this side without the holes in is at the top, and that will stop rain coming directly down onto it and leave the bottom slatted section pushing the air out. So if you do want to put it on the side of your van, you can use this. We're sticking it on the roof, we're not going to. Right, next up. This is the unit itself. You can see it's quite low profile, quite small. I will get to, I've got a tape measure, let's measure it. It is approximately about 220mm across. This is the bit on the outside, obviously. This is the bit that goes inside in your van. The way it operates is it has a little button here. So if you want to open it, you pop that button. It's tricky to do when it's not fixed in anywhere. It says, there we go. And then it just pops up like this. So you can see it pops. It needs to be fixed in. It pops open. It's connected to the wires. We'll go into more detail when we actually fit it. There's an on-off button here. Oh, that's a fuse. There's an on-off button on the side here, which is just a little push button. And that's on, that's off. So that's the main unit which goes on top of the van, and this bit pokes through around underneath. Also, you have a pack of fixings. We're not going to use those, and I'll explain a bit about that in a minute. There's stainless steel screws in there. They are quite nice in that they've got, you're not going to see it, but all the heads are painted white. So when you screw it through your white MaxxFan, it's going to look pretty standard. So the difference between MaxxFan and MaxxFan Plus is this. This is the trim ring that goes on the inside, and on the Plus version this is actually an LED light around here. So you can see there's a little push switch again this side. This fits up underneath the MaxxFan on the inside, just screws up onto whatever mounting you're going to have on the inside, and this bit is a little LED ring, so we thought we'd combine fan and light. The only other thing in the box is this, which is a connector between the MaxxFan and the trim ring on the inside. Now obviously our roof's not going to be this thick, but it's there to accommodate various thicknesses of roof. One thing I would note, there is a little notch in one section. Just make sure that notch is designed to fit round this little connector here, so if you're fitting it, make sure it fits that way. So if you're trimming it down, don't cut the end of the notch, otherwise you have to recut the notch. So cut from the opposite end of the notch down to whatever thickness you need, and it just gives a nice internal finish to the airway really. That's the main parts, but we do have one other part. So give me a second, I'll go get it. Right, so there are another couple of things just for fitting this. If you've watched my fitting the windows video where we fit the windows in the side, you'll know that we're going to cut a bit of metal out of the roof. It's always really handy to have a nice bit of wood to screw through. We're going to be fixing that MaxxFan down from the top. It will bite into the metal, they are self-tapping screws, but it's always good to have something else to push into just to give it that little bit extra. So this is just an extra I just used a couple bits of scrap out in the garage, which was 2 bits of 12mm ply. Drew the hole on it, cut it out square, so fingers crossed it works. I haven't even tried it yet, but it's just glued and screwed together, so that will go up on the roof on the inside just to give an extra bit of rigidity and support. But the most helpful thing is this thing. This is an adapter ring from a company called North Devon Campers. A guy called Adam down there makes these. They're made from a really hard plastic, I can't remember what plastic it is, but they are designed for various campervans. Ours is a Crafter obviously. This is one for the MaxxFan Dome, so it's circular, and it goes, we have chosen to fit it in a particular position which is between the kind of metals, don't know how to describe them really, the little metal ridges on the roof. I think they're strengthening bits for the thing. So I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up a bit closer, I don't know if it's even going to focus. But this one has some little chamfers, one on each side, and they are designed perfectly so that it sits on the metal ridges either side, because the MaxxFan is a little bit bigger than the gap it's got to fit in. So this effectively acts as a gasket or an adapter. This fits perfectly on the roof, in between the ridges, and then obviously that gives you a really nice flat surface then to fit your MaxxFan to, because obviously you've got to be waterproof. They do this particular circular one for the dome. You can have in a couple of different positions on the roof if you go to their website and order it. I will put a link in the description. Then you can decide which position you want it on the roof, and these adapters are designed to fit, I think, 3 or 4 different positions, I can't remember off the top of my head. And you also get them for the bigger MaxxFan. So we've got the MaxxFan Plus, can't remember, that we're going to fit centrally towards the front. So once again, they come in lots of different positions, and that, when I get to that bit, or when I will put a bit of video up about it, that adapter is quite complex. It's got some bumps and ridges in it, so this is a fairly simple one, but that one's a bit more complex. But it gives you a nice surface to fix onto. process. So process is get this up on the roof. We draw around the inner circle, mark that on the roof, and we also mark around the outer circle on the roof. Then it's cutting time. We cut the inner circle line, and once that's cut, we tidy up the edges, take any burrs off, give it a bit of a prime, and also what we do is we scuff up, get a little bit of sandpaper, scuff up the edge of this, both sides, and scuff up the surface of the roof out till that outer line. Okay, give those two a scuff up, give it a really, really good clean, get rid of all the swarf, get rid of any dust and debris from the sanding, and then what we're going to do is we're going to prime out to that outer line on the roof. We'll prime this inner section here, we'll prime this, and what we do is that we then fix down everything with screws. North Devon Campers just handily provide some extra long screws, which is really good because that will go through the MaxxFan, through this adapter, through the roof and into the wood support underneath. So extra long screws, really handy. There's a little bit more involved in that process, but we'll get to it when we do it. So I think it's time to get up on the roof. It's a long way. Hello. Right, so I'll show you how this fits. So let me just get a better angle on that camera and then I'll show you about these little ridges. Right, I'm thinking you can see this now. So these are the ridges that you talk about on the roof. We've chosen it to fit ours centrally to here. We mentioned these little cutouts in here. They are designed so this fits flush, perfectly flush. So what I've got to do now, put this in position. I think I've got a good position for it, and then we're going to draw 2 circles and get cracking. Right, to help hold this in position, I've just popped a couple of little bits of double-sided tape. So let's give it a line up. Just going to go there. Beautifully. Inner and outer circle. Do you know what? Inner circle, I'm going to get a better pen. Okay, better pen. Outer circle I'm going to stick with a pencil because I want to be able to rub it off easier. It's tricky up around these edge bits. Should be good to go. Don't know if you can see that. Can't see what I'm filming. There you go. Right, masking cutting. Right, I've marked the hole, I've drilled the pilot hole to get the blade in. There's nothing left but to cut. Always nervous cutting. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be noisy. Okay, so I've keyed the surface. I've also keyed both surfaces of this and the underside of the MaxxFan as well. So I'm now going to prime. I've got some, you can see that, it's just going to focus. Body prime, this is stuff that you use when you put like windscreens in or windows in. We're going to need this for a bit later on in the build, so I thought I'd get some now and we can just use it for this. So give it a good shake till you hear the bead, and then I'm just going to paint around, make sure we get all the cut edges, and then let it dry.
Right, that's that bit done. Before I spill the black paint on the roof, I'm going to take the rest of it off and paint it elsewhere. Makeshift swarf catcher, so everything's done on the roof now, so we can take this out. Be careful when you're taking it out that you make sure you get all the swarf. I'm just going to give it a little hoover around here and then put the wooden frame on. So, to put this up, really it just needs to be held up there because this screw's going to go through it and fix it as well. I've just got some sticks like whatnot. I'm just going to put a bit on here, pop it up, clamp it up.
Ice cream?
Perfectly timed. Clamp it up, leave it go for a bit, and then we'll fit the skull up. Let's get about that. Alright, look at that clamp. Let's see if this will go up. I'll get my hand through the hole. Might work, I don't know what will cover. Cool. We'll leave that for 15 minutes, should be gripped, and then we can get on with the fitting. Woo. Right, so MaxxFan's primed, the ring is primed. What we have done is transferred these holes in the MaxxFan onto the ring, so I know which way round it goes, and then hopefully they all line up with on the roof. Right, quick test fit, all fits in nicely. There's a little bit of play in there which is good. We're going to stick it down. So we are using Sikaflex 522, which is recommended for this, both this application of sticking to the roof and to the gasket or the adapter. So here we go. Reasonably generous bead, I'm not going mad. Come back and do that bit, don't worry. Yeah, I want some to squidge out, but not a lot. Most important bit is you don't miss any sections. Out of the way. The adapter is going on. Good. Now, another bead round here. Pop on, and away we go. Screws, stainless steel screws. Let's see if we can get one of these in. So if you're doing this, you always take it slow, because you don't want to rip the screws out. Try and tighten them opposites as well, so you're getting a fairly even. Yeah. Let's have a look how she fit. She's looking good. Just got to pop the top back on, clear out the mess, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so it's a few months later since we fitted the MaxxFans. We fitted them back in October. I wanted to leave them a few months just to see if we had any issues with them, if anything needed changing about the fitting. I can tell you now it's the end of, getting towards the end of February. They've been on a winter. We've not made a lot of other progress with the van simply because the weather has been so atrocious, which has been a great test for them. So I can tell you they haven't leaked at all. So the fitting went really well. I'll show you up on the roof. I haven't washed it for ages, so just bear in mind it's not looking its greatest. So here is the dome, as you can see, fitted with its roof on now. One thing I did do, just to be kind of super double safe, very bottom here there is a very small bead of silicone around there as well. So not only have we got the Simplex 522 joining these two together and to the roof, there's a very tiny bead of silicone here. You can probably kind of see it around both of that one and the big MaxxFan. As I say, neither has leaked. They're all looking good. One thing I would say is, you probably saw on the video how meticulous I was about the swarf. It's been cleaned, it's been washed, it was hoovered. There are still tiny little flecks that you might be able to pick up on. This is caused by, that one there? This is caused by minute flecks of metal that you get from cutting out or drilling holes, and you try your best to clean them up. That one there, that one there. So you try your best to clean them up, but they're sometimes they're minute, so I'm going to have to get up here and just polish those out, because they will eat slowly through the paintwork and cause rust elsewhere. So I think I need to get on the roof and do a bit of polishing. But yeah, MaxxFan's done.